Welcome friends, it's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is a part of a hop over on Instagram for the Kendra card challenge number 11. So I'm charged today with making a tag using one of the Kendra card challenge sketches. I chose sketch number 7. If you're not familiar with the Kendra card challenge, I will link to details in the description bar below. So you can join us over on Facebook to learn how to play along with the challenge and enter to win some amazing prizes. Today I'm having another mixed media playdate. So I am going to be using some ephemera from the Holtz Idea-ology Organic Layers pack and some stencils, some inks, some spray stains, and some grit paste, and just have fun. I will be sure to list in the description bar below all of the supplies I used. So I'm going to just use this leftover piece of cardstock, and I have a lot of these left over from when I cut my slimline card basis, and this is so the perfect size. So I don't have any pre-made tags, so I am making my own. I'm using the lines on my grid mat to cut or to mark this so that I'm able to cut on the angle evenly on both sides. Okay. And of course I didn't get that side right. Let me erase that and get it right. This is why straight lines exist. And thank goodness for this mat. That makes it easier. Okay, I think that's right now. So I'm going to cut this down. I could have made it wider, but you know, that's kind of the size I've chosen here. I place this in my trimmer and trim off the angled edges right at my pencil line, and then just use my pencil to erase those lines, and then just flip this over and I will use this side. And then I think what we will do is make this like mini slimline size. So this is 3.5 by 6.5. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in some items from my last Simon Says stamp kit. This is the June kit. I had lots of ephemera left over. I didn't make as many cards as I wanted to. So I am going to pick out some ephemera. I'm picking out some things that are not so large, and also things that I probably wouldn't use on cards. That's what I'm doing here. I pick out a lot of items but end up only using just a bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and cut and I'm just eyeballing the center. That looks pretty good. Go ahead and get that. So before I start on my tag, I'm going to go ahead and I want to distress my flower a little bit. And I've been having fun with this gesso. I've used it now in several videos. And I am just applying it with a sea sponge. It looks like it's going on thick, but it really isn't. So I just rub it all over whatever I want to distress. And then you can use a paper towel. Like I've got a big glob on my hand. But before I go wash that, I'm just bringing in a paper towel and we'll just rub that through, and that's going to give me more of a matte look. Okay, I'm going to bring in this Coral Rays stencil by Creative Expressions, and I am going to just lay that down and bring in my Saltwater Taffy. I want this to be my main color. That matches, or it looks like a good match with my flower. And if it's not, it'll definitely give some color. So instead of a grungy look, I guess I should have sprayed this with pixie spray, but let me see if I can get through it. I could tape it down. Let me do that. I'm so excited because I've got this design in my mind. But it helps to tape things down so they don't move. That looks good. I could have done like an ombre effect, but decided against that. But that would have been pretty as well. I'm going to leave that out. Then I'm going to bring in my Salvaged Patina. That looks good. Normally I would just go to this laundry sink since I'm downstairs here, and I would wash this and dry it and all of that. But I decided not to do that. So I used a baby wipe to just wipe it down. Then I'm going to shift it. I think I'll turn it upside down because I want the Salvaged Patina on the entire panel. So I'm going to turn that upside down. I'm going to add my Salvaged Patina a little bit to each end of my stencil. Just trying to be a little organic about it. I don't need it on the whole thing. Okay, so I'll leave that out in case I need it. Let's just add more of this, whatever's left on the brush. Okay, that just tones it down a little bit. Here I've placed my tag in my splat box, and I'm bringing in some spray stain in tarnished brass and antique bronze, and we'll spray those on my panel. I used a paper towel to blot off the excess, and then off camera used my heat tool to speed up the drying of my spray stains. I'm using liquid glue to go ahead and place my elements on my tag, and I decided not to distress my ticket sentiments, just for a different look. I added some foam tape to the back of one of my sentiment tickets to elevate that, give it a little more interest. I'm adding some love from Lizi peel off stripes or strips on my panel just to add a little more interest. Here I'm bringing in my Ranger Distress Grit Paste and mixing it with a little Salvaged Patina, and we'll apply it to 3 edges on my stencil or on my tag, and I'm using the Holtz Burlap stencil. That's all of the crafting time I had today, so I did let this dry overnight and came back to finish it off. And to finish off this tag, I am going to bring in some hemp cord to tie off my tag. And off camera I cut and made a back for my tag to sturdy it up, and also to be able to stamp on the back the to and from. I used liquid glue to affix the back of my tag to the front. Please check out the rest of the Instagram hop. I have linked all of the details in the description bar below. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, good day, friends.